I just got back to my home office from being in the New York area last week for our Upper East Coast Dentrix user meeting, which we held at the Synchrony headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. And so we pulled Dentrix users from New York City, from upstate New York, from Connecticut, from Central Mass. It was a great meeting. And I wanted to talk to you today about one of my favorite takeaways. So towards the end of my 4-hour event, every time I ask the audience, I want them to share with everyone, what was your favorite takeaway, or what was your best aha moment, or what is the one thing that you're going to go back to your office on Monday and implement right away. And we had an office manager in our event on Friday who is actually not a Dentrix Core user. She is a Dentrix Enterprise user. Her and I had been emailing back and forth a lot last year until we realized that she's actually using Dentrix Enterprise. And I really can't help her because I'm not an enterprise trainer. I don't know anything about the enterprise software. But she attended my meeting on Friday, even though she knew that it was all about Dentrix Core. But she had one of my favorite takeaways for the day. And what she said was, even though we don't use Dentrix Core, we use Enterprise in our practice, the one thing that I am going back to my office with on Monday is implementing a weekly structured system for following up with patients that don't have an appointment. She said, no matter what software you use, you should have a system for following up with unscheduled patients. And she goes, we don't have that. And I just thought that was one of my favorite aha moments, was getting a testimonial about, even though she didn't use the core software, she had something that she could take back to her practice. And, so what we had talked about in the meeting was following up with unscheduled recare and following up with unscheduled treatment. And so we had looked at the continuing care list and we had looked at the treatment manager. So I just wanted to go over those with you today, because if she had this big aha moment, I thought it was worth sharing with all of you. And so there is 2 reports that you can use in your Dentrix software for following up with unscheduled patients. Now, even if you have a third-party automated system for sending out automated text messages or automated emails, reaching out to patients and saying, hey, Dayna, you're overdue. We haven't seen you in a while. A lot of times patients ignore those text messages, or they get buried, in their inbox. They get buried with other messages. And so a lot of times we don't hear back from patients, even though we have these really good automated systems that go out. I remember back in the day when I was in a practice, we used to still send out physical postcards. Now, I don't know of an office that is still sending out physical postcards, but sometimes they can be effective because patients get busy, they ignore the text messages, and sometimes when they get something in the mail, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. And then they throw the postcard in their car and in order for them to remember. But I'm not saying that you should send out postcards, but sometimes we have to do something a little bit different in order to get their attention. And so a couple things with the continuing care list in Dentrix. There are 2 lists that you can generate for unscheduled recare. You can use the traditional continuing care list. It is the easiest to generate because you can create customized templated lists that go back. Like, I usually create one for Profi 6 months overdue, and then I usually do a Profi 1 year overdue. If a patient is 1 year overdue, it means you have not seen them in about 18 months. So they are getting to the point where you are probably going to inactivate them. And then I would do a perio 6 months overdue and a perio 1 year overdue as well. So you can capture those perio and prophy patients. Now, the thing I really love about the traditional continuing care list is that it can help you find maybe some mishaps that have happened in your practice, which your automated systems cannot find. So, for example, let's say you have a patient who accidentally has the perio continuing care and the prophy continuing care. Maybe they started off as maybe you're an office that does a prophy on the first visit. So you did a prophy, but then the patient went into perio therapy because they have periodontal disease. Well, they may still have that prophy continuing care lingering on their family file, but they're really a perio patient. When you run this continuing care list, you'll notice that there will be little pluses inside the appointment column on the continuing care list. And usually if I'm doing like a practice assessment, I'll click into those little pluses because I want to see what is the patient scheduled for. And sometimes it could be restorative, but most of the time it's because they are scheduled for perio maintenance, but they're showing up on my prophy unscheduled list. So that always gives you a trigger that, oh, I need to fix that. I need to clean that up. And so the continuing care list can not only help you find patients that are unscheduled, but it can also help you clean up those mishaps when a patient gets the perio or the prophy continuing care. The other thing I have found in some offices is if a patient cancels or no-shows their continuing care appointment, their recare appointment, a lot of offices still leave the appointment on the appointment book. That is a big no-no. Do not do that. And so sometimes if I'm doing a practice assessment and I see that there's dates on my unscheduled recare list, I'm like, oh, this is an office that leaves the appointment on the appointment book. So that's going to be something I'm going to point out as an observation. So that's another thing that you really don't want to do is leave the broken appointments on the unscheduled list or on the appointment book. That's what the unscheduled list is for. The other continuing care list that you can run for patients that are not scheduled is you can create a custom letters and custom lists. What I really like about letters and custom lists is you can generate a list of patients that are overdue for both perio and prophy on the same list. You can't do that with the traditional list. So that's one reason I really like the letters and custom lists, but it's harder to generate. It takes a lot more clicks. It takes a lot more me explaining it. And so I typically don't go into that right away. But if you want my tip sheet on both the continuing care lists, I will certainly send that to you. Then the other list that we talked about in my meeting that this office manager is going to implement is the treatment manager. Now, her list is not called the treatment manager because she has Dentrix Enterprise, but she's like, I don't even think we follow up on patients that have unscheduled treatment. And that is a gold mine. Like that is really how you fill your doctor's schedule, is following up with patients that have unscheduled treatment. So the patient has walked out of hygiene or they've walked out of being a new patient. They have a treatment plan. You've presented it and they've walked out the door. I just need to think about it. Or I need to check with my spouse, or I need to check my work calendar. So patients walk out the door without scheduling treatment, and then you don't hear back from them. And the treatment manager is really that list for following up with patients who have an unscheduled treatment. So the biggest takeaway that this office manager had was creating a weekly follow-up system so that you're not just randomly calling patients. You're not being reactive when you have an opening in your schedule. You're actually being very proactive and following up with patients because you care, not because you have an opening in your schedule. And because patients can hear that desperation in your voice when you're calling and you're saying, hey, you're overdue and I have an opening on my schedule tomorrow. Can you be here? That's not how you're going to fill openings in your schedule. That is how patients are going to say no, because they hear the desperation in your voice and they're not available anyway. But when you call and follow up with patients that have unscheduled treatment, and just because you want to ask them if they have any questions, is there anything I can help answer for you about the treatment that doctor talked to you about a couple weeks ago when we saw you? I just want to make sure that you understand, the value of the treatment, what the pros and cons are, if I can help with financing, whatever your conversation is about the patient, you're just helping them to understand the treatment more, and you're trying to get them scheduled because you care, not because you're being reactive to your schedule. So that was a big aha moment for all of us in the room. And I wanted to share that with you. So we can definitely send you tip sheets. If you want the tip sheet on the continuing care list, please, you can reply back to, you can make a comment on this YouTube channel, on the YouTube comments. You can make a comment on this blog post if you wanted to get our tip sheet. And you can also just email me directly. All my contact information is in the show notes. And if you really want to optimize your systems and software, what I would highly recommend that you do right now is book a call with me. So let your doctor know, get your doctor to get on the call so we can talk about how we can optimize your systems and software for your practice. I know I give you lots of tips and tricks. I give you lots of things that you can implement, but these are just little small 15-minute chunks of data. When I do a practice assessment or when I'm working with an office one-on-one, that's when we really get to dig in deep. We really get to see where are the gaps in your systems? Where are the workflow inefficiencies? And that's what I'm really here to do. I love giving away free content because I know that you love these tips and tricks. And when I get to work with an office one-on-one, that's really when we get to dig in. So I look forward to hearing from you. And I also look forward to watching your journey of becoming a high-performing dental team.